Money in my hands becomes a force for good, flowing where it can create the greatest benefit. My heart is open to receiving the full measure of prosperity that life offers me. I recognize that my financial self-sabotage is often a misguided attempt to protect myself from change or visibility. I lovingly interrupt the pattern of creating financial emergencies when I start to feel secure. I am aware of how I unconsciously recreate familiar financial struggles, and I choose new patterns of prosperity. I release the belief that I must sacrifice financial stability to maintain important relationships. I notice when I feel uncomfortable with success and choose to breathe through this discomfort rather than sabotaging myself. My past financial mistakes are events that happen, not evidence of who I am. I release the habit of financial procrastination that keeps me trapped in cycles of anxiety and avoidance. I am breaking the pattern of waiting until financial crisis forces me to pay attention to money. I am developing a new relationship with time and money that allows me to take consistent, small actions. I am establishing regular money dates with myself that feel nurturing rather than punishing. I release perfectionism around money management that leads to paralysis and avoidance. I take immediate, imperfect action on financial matters rather than waiting for the perfect time or perfect knowledge. I give myself permission to outgrow limiting financial beliefs from my upbringing. I trust my ability to make financial decisions that align with my highest good. I release the pattern of unconsciously seeking permission before allowing myself financial success. I am releasing financial behaviors designed to please others or gain approval. I give myself permission to want more than just enough to get by. I stand firmly in my right to financial well-being, regardless of who might be uncomfortable with my success. I am becoming someone who naturally attracts, keeps, and grows money with ease and integrity. My relationship with money reflects my relationship with myself. As I heal one, I heal the other. I no longer identify with financial struggle. I am creating a new story where I thrive effortlessly. I am breaking the cycle of feast or famine by creating consistent, sustainable financial practices. I am worthy of keeping the money I earn rather than quickly spending it to prove I'm not materialistic. I recognize when feelings of unworthiness trigger spending that doesn't align with my true values. I now understand that my self-sabotage around money is not a character flaw, but a protective mechanism I can compassionately release. I no longer need to create financial chaos to feel alive or distracted from deeper emotional challenges. My spiritual values and financial abundance work in harmony. I can be devoted to God and still enjoy material well-being. I release the misinterpretation that spiritual virtue requires financial struggle or poverty. I honor the Christian teachings of stewardship by managing my finances with integrity and generosity. I embrace the biblical promise of abundance while releasing any guilt about receiving God's blessings. I serve God and manage money wisely. I release the fear that wealth will corrupt my spiritual values. Instead, my values guide my financial choices. I am a channel for divine prosperity, allowing abundance to flow through me to bless others. I am healing money wounds that have been passed down through my family line for generations. I am breaking ancestral vows of poverty that may have once served as spiritual or emotional protection. I release epigenetic patterns of scarcity that are stored in my DNA. and create new neural pathways of prosperity. I transform the legacy of financial shame, secrecy, and silence in my family into open, healthy money conversations. Through healing my relationship with money, I bring healing to my entire family system, past, present, and future. I release the need to financially rescue others as a way to feel valuable or secure in relationships. I am healing the parts of me that equate financial struggle with being relatable or authentic. I am reprogramming my subconscious mind to expect and accept increasing levels of prosperity. I release the belief that having more money will harm our relationship or make me unrelatable. I set healthy financial boundaries in my relationships without guilt or fear of abandonment. I am healing the pattern of diminishing myself financially to make others comfortable. I can be both financially successful and deeply connected in my relationships. I release financial codependency and embrace healthy interdependence in my relationships. I am worthy of relationships that celebrate rather than resent my financial success. I attract people who respect my financial boundaries and support my prosperity goals. I no longer need to prove my love through financial sacrifice or irresponsible generosity. I release the fear that financial success will lead to isolation or people only wanting me for my money. I understand that my extreme financial behaviors, hoarding or purging money, are trauma responses I can heal. I recognize when shame triggers impulsive spending and choose self-compassion instead. I release the story that financial struggle is just who I am or how things have always been for me. I am rewriting my financial identity from I am bad with money to I am learning and growing with money. I am no longer emotionally invested in the story of never having enough. I release the belief that financial success would make me unrecognizable to myself or others. Money in my hands will do good things. I do not have to sabotage to feel safe. I am no longer addicted to chaos. I break agreement with financial self-harm. I forgive myself for all the times I pushed abundance away. I can succeed without guilt. It's safe for me to hold a lot of money. I am worthy of good things, even when life feels unfamiliar. I no longer punish myself with lack. I am safe in the unfamiliar territory of wealth. I do not have to hustle to prove I deserve more. I am allowed to rest and still receive. I am not behind. I am blooming in my own season. I release procrastination as a shield from failure. My nervous system is learning to love abundance. I do not have to be perfect to prosper. My worth is not tied to my productivity. I am rewiring my body to feel safe and overflow. My baseline is rising and expanding. I am becoming a woman who attracts and sustains wealth. I am safe to hold, multiply, and enjoy money. More doesn't scare me anymore. I can steward more without being overwhelmed. I no longer reject what God wants to give me. I am a good receiver and a wise steward. I allow goodness to flow toward me freely. I deserve overflow, not because I earned it, but because I am loved by God. I release the fear I inherited from watching people struggle. I forgive the money fights I witnessed as a child. I forgive myself for what I believed about money in my formative years. The little girl in me is safe to believe in more. God is reparenting my nervous system. I no longer believe that more money means more problems. Wealth is not wicked. It's a tool in righteous hands. I don't have to suffer to be spiritual. I am not greedy for desire and overflow. Wanting more does not make me bad. I am allowed to dream without guilt. My abundance doesn't steal from anyone else. I can be rich and kind, wealthy and holy. My hands are open. My heart is ready. God delights in my prosperity. The wealth of the wicked is stored up for the righteous, and I am righteous. My life reflects the generosity of my Father. I walk in divine provision every day. What God starts, He sustains. I am forming new, healthy money habits with love. I bless my bank account, no matter the number. I track my income with joy, not dread. I save as an act of self-love. I give as an act of abundance. I invest as an act of trust. I spend with purpose, not panic. I check my balance with peace. I am reversing the curse of lack over my bloodline. I am healing generations with every money decision I make. I am creating wealth that my children's children will enjoy. I am a matriarch of abundance. I break every ceiling my ancestors hit. My legacy is rooted in overflow. Money flows to me and through me with grace. I am free from fear-based spending and guilt-based giving. I expand with ease and confidence. I embrace increase with open arms. I am no longer the woman who plays small. I am becoming a safe space for wealth to land. I am wired for wealth, rooted in love and aligned with heaven. I forgive my parents for the limited money mindset they unknowingly passed down to me. I am creating a new financial legacy. The scarcity I experienced as a child was circumstantial, not a universal truth about my worthiness to receive abundance. The survival mechanisms I developed around money served me then, but I now choose more empowering financial behaviors. Money flows to me easily and naturally, and I am comfortable receiving it with grace and gratitude. I deserve financial abundance simply because I exist. My worth is not tied to my bank account. I release the belief that suffering or struggling with money makes me a better or more virtuous person. I am allowed to have more than my parents had. My success does not diminish their efforts or sacrifice. I now recognize my patterns of financial self-sabotage and choose to act from my highest self, not my fears. I notice when I feel the urge to push money away through impulsive spending, and I pause to honor my true needs. I am safe when money accumulates in my accounts. I release the unconscious fear that having money is dangerous. When I start to succeed financially, I give myself permission to continue flourishing rather than self-sabotaging. I am reprogramming my nervous system to feel comfortable and secure with increasing levels of prosperity. I am developing a healthy relationship with money where I can both save appropriately and spend joyfully. I trust myself to make wise financial decisions that align with my deepest values and true priorities. Money is a neutral tool that responds to my intentions and actions. I choose to direct it with consciousness. I am learning to create clear boundaries with money that support my long-term well-being. I release procrastination around financial matters. I am capable of understanding and managing my money with clarity. I forgive my past financial mistakes and use them as valuable lessons that make me wiser with money today. There is always more than enough money in the universe, and it is constantly flowing toward me through expected and unexpected channels. I see evidence of abundance everywhere, and I align myself with this natural state of being. I release the need to compare my financial journey with others. My path to prosperity unfolds perfectly for my unique growth. Money is not limited or scarce. It is an infinite resource that regenerates as it circulates through my life. I am open to receiving money in surprising and delightful ways that I cannot even imagine. Prosperity is my natural birthright. I align with the abundant flow of the universe. I release the fear that others will judge or reject me if I become wealthy. I attract relationships that celebrate my abundance. Today, I choose to be conscious of how I relate to money in each moment. I practice gratitude for the money moving through my life, whether coming or going. Each time I check my accounts, I do so with loving awareness rather than fear or avoidance. I regularly acknowledge and celebrate my financial progress, no matter how small it may seem. My prosperity does not come at anyone else's expense. There is enough for everyone to thrive.